Hey, what's good? When this is at 918 the clutch, and we gotta talk about the #1 overall draft pick made by the Atlanta Hawks, and not just talk about the draft pick himself, but also we're gonna be able to talk about the Atlanta Hawks' future plans in general, and see what direction they're trying to go, especially with whether or not they're trying to compete for a playoff spot again, or whether they should go all in on this rebuild. And with that being said, let's talk about the draft pick first and foremost, as the Atlanta Hawks have selected Zaccharie Risacher with the first overall pick. He is a French player who last played for the Bergen-Bresse, which is part of the LNB Elite, and he has played pretty good up to this point. Admittingly, this draft was not a strong draft by many experts or fans' opinions, as it was a toss-up over who's going to be the #1 overall draft pick, and they selected Zaccharie. And he has played pretty good according to his stats, as it's very comparable to many college star players coming out of the tournament who have had similar stats as this, averaging 10.1 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.5 blocks, shooting 43.9% from the field, while shooting 35.2% from three-point range and having 1.3 turnovers. And the reason why the Atlanta Hawks selected Zaccharie was, according to NBA.com, it was because the Hawks like him for his catch and shoot abilities, which is something that's going to be needed if they're going to have their guards in Trae Young or Dejounte Murray, which we're going to get to very shortly. And the Hawks like that he has the ideal size for a wing player, as he is 6'9" and weighs 215 pounds, which is a good size for the NBA to be able to take on the hits, or being able to take on the low posts, or being able to compete with competitors all around. That's a good frame to be able to sustain himself long term in the NBA. So they were looking at the eye test and seeing what he can do, and they're trusting in his ability to be a good spot up shooter, and seeing that he has the built to be able to take on the punishment by playing against tougher opponents. So that's a smart move on the Atlanta Hawks' part, to be able to try to fit in with that system. And since he's a catch and shoot player, most likely he's gonna need the ball to be passed to him by either Trae Young and or Dejounte Murray. And but the thing is, with this pick, and Trae Young being reportedly shopped around, or even Dejounte Murray too, I'm trying to figure out, like, are they gonna make this team work? Are they gonna try to bring Zaccharie as an additional piece, or are they looking to finally get rid of Trae Young and be able to completely start fresh with this team? Because I remember they tried this past NBA season to trade for Dejounte Murray, but they didn't like any of the offers that was being presented to him. So they basically had to back out of that. But they are looking to trade Trae Young, as Trae Young, as great of a player as he is, and I like Trae Young personally with his scoring ability and how he's a good facilitator. He has been known for not being the best teammate, and also getting a lot of coaches fired. So that's going to be a cause for concern for any team to want to trade for him. But the Hawks might be a desperate team to be able to trade him to anybody at this point, if they really are dead set on trying to, like, focus on the future and not fight for a play-in spot. We'll just have to wait and see. And another concern for Trae Young is that while he's a great offensive player, he is a liability, unfortunately, on defense. And if Trae Young were to get traded to any team, especially to a contender, they're going to need to be a really good defensive minded organization to be able to at least cover up Trae Young's defensive deficiencies, because mainly because of his size, and also him being so focused on trying to, like, create the offense and setting everybody up, that can be some factors as to why he's not that good on defense, unfortunately. And with that being said, I don't know what the Atlanta Hawks are going to do moving forward, because if we have seen that Trae Young and Dejounte Murray was not a good fit, and initially Dejounte Murray, when he was with the San Antonio Spurs, he was known as a great defender, and he was an all-star during his time with the Spurs. And the fact that when they brought him over to Atlanta, they thought, including myself, we all thought that Dejounte Murray would be perfect to be able to do exactly that, to cover up Trae Young's defensive problems, and he can be a great complementary piece for Trae Young. But it turns out that has not been the case whatsoever. So most likely, the Hawks are smart here. They're going to have to either get rid of one or the other. Sometimes you have to take the offer you can get, because if they're trying to win now, they're going to need to have the whole team work together and be all in on one player, instead of having like two alphas, two leaders, and then half the team's deciding, okay, I'm going to listen to Trae Young, or no, I'm going to listen to Dejounte. It's going to cause nothing but friction in the locker room. So it's going to be an important choice for the Atlanta Hawks to decide who are they going to go with, or if they're not going to go with neither of them, then they need to focus on saving as much money as possible, or even bring in as much assets to be able to wheel and deal, to be able to have some new faces of the franchise, to be able to compete for playoff spots or even a championship long term. So this is a very interesting storyline to watch. With Zaccharie now being the first overall pick, now we just got to figure out like what's going to happen between either Trae Young and or Dejounte Murray. Are they going to trade him? Are they going to keep them? Or one or the other? We just have to wait and see. And the Hawks, I mean, whatever happens here, this could determine already their season. They could either all gel together and possibly be a playoff team, or this could blow up in their face and they could be one, if not the worst teams in the league, and then somebody's going to get traded eventually for pennies on the dollar, and then the Hawks may be a team stuck in mediocrity for years to come. So they have to be very wise with who they're going to keep and or trade. So Hawks fans, I'd love to hear you guys out overall. What do you guys think of this this move? Do you guys like Zaccharie as the first overall pick? Do you believe he's going to be great for Trae Young and or Dejounte Murray? And if not, who do you believe should get traded and why? I certainly love to hear you guys out in the comment section down below so we can discuss. Thank you all so much for your time and your efforts. I certainly am grateful for each and every single last one of y'all. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much. God bless, and talk soon.